Hi, my name is John Olsheimer, and I'm a credit expert who contributes to creditcardinsider.com. And today's question is fairly simple. What's the best way to monitor my credit? Why is this important? It's important because you can't flip on the television or fire up your browser and not see some story out there regarding data breaches and the theft of your personal information. You just simply can't. Every couple of months, there's always a high-profile data breach, and so monitoring your credit all of a sudden takes on added importance because the gold ring for a lot of these fraudsters is to gain access to credit under your name so that they don't have to pay for it, and unfortunately you're stuck holding the bag. So the question today is, what's the best way to monitor your credit so you can find out when these types of things are occurring? There are a variety of ways you can monitor your credit. You can do essentially low impact all the way to Fort Knox type of monitoring. Low impact is going to also be the least expensive, which is essentially going to be free. You can certainly sign up for any of the free credit monitoring services. There's a great one available at creditsesame.com. You can also monitor your credit reports, but doing so almost in a manual fashion. You're essentially pulling your credit reports just from time to time to see if anything has changed on them. You're not going to get any sort of automated alerts or text message alerts when something possibly has changed on your credit report indicating fraud, but you can certainly pull your credit reports periodically and see if anything has changed on them. You can do that for free at annualcreditreport.com, or there's a variety of websites that will also give you a free copy of your credit report. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get into an automated service that monitors all three of your credit reports, then all three of the credit reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, sell credit monitoring services. These are subscription-based services, which means they're going to take a credit card number from you, and they're going to charge your credit card somewhere in the neighborhood of $15 to $17 every single month for the service. You just essentially sign up for it, and you put it on autopilot, because you're going to get either an email alert or a text message alert letting you know if anything on any of your three credit reports has changed that is indicative of fraud, something like a new address or a new inquiry or a new account that has gone delinquent. These are all indications of possibly something fraudulent happening with your credit. And then if you want to go one step further, which is what I refer to as the Fort Knox of protecting your credit, you can place what's referred to as a security freeze or a credit freeze on your credit reports. And when you place a security freeze on your credit reports, you're essentially telling the credit reporting agencies to take them out of circulation and not allow any lender with whom you do not have an existing relationship to have access to it. So if you freeze your credit reports and some fraudster applies at a bank for a loan in your name, the bank is not going to be able to get your credit reports because they're not even available to them. The fraudster is not going to be able to get the credit, and you've just protected your credit reports from fraudulent activity. The credit freeze is free in every state if you have been the victim of fraud already. If you have not been the victim of fraud, then there is a cost involved with the credit freeze. I live in Georgia, and the cost in Georgia is $3 per credit report. Not per month, just $3 per credit report. So it's $9 to freeze my credit reports. And you can check online and see what the cost is for your particular state. Generally, the cost runs from anywhere from $3 per credit report to up to $10 per credit report to freeze and then unfreeze the reports when you do want to apply for a loan and then refreeze them. There's always a cost involved with the transaction. So check out the low impact, the inexpensive ways to freeze your report. If you think that that's sufficient for you, then that's definitely the way to go. If you unfortunately have been the victim of fraud maybe multiple times, then maybe the freeze is something you should look into, because that's going to be cost effective, because it's going to be free, and it's also by far the most proactive and best way to defend your credit reports from fraudulent activity. If you have any other questions pertaining to credit or financial topics, please submit them to creditcardinsider.com or in the comments section below. Thanks a lot and have a great day.